guys, it's Trish back with another video. Today we're going to use November's Potomac Beads box, the treasure box, called Twilight Bloom, and we're going to make a fun pair of earrings. If you want to see that, stick around, guys. Okay, so I've got my materials laid out here. We're going to use some of these beautiful Potomac Beads, rose gold, 3mm pearls, and these check glass teardrops, and these 8/0 Mayuki seed beads from the box. I have some 22 gauge wire here, and you just need a bottle or something. It can be anything, and you just need to be able to put your wire around it. So we're going to go down probably, let's see, 3 inches or so down the wire, and then lay our bottle in there. And then we're just going to take that wire and pull it up and around that bottle. And then we're going to trim it at approximately the same place it is up at the top on the other side. Okay, so I'll do that again. About 3 inches. And we're going to take it around the bottle and then trim. So now we have 2 semicircle pieces of wire. We have those, we can set them to the side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our teardrops onto some head pins, so we can hook those onto our circle when we're making our earring. So you can decide here if you want pearls or seed beads, or if you just want to leave them plain on the head pin with your teardrop beads. So let's put one on just like so. And I think I'm going to put a purple on this one. Okay, and we're just going to make these up. And then on the darker purple one, I think I'm going to put one of those beautiful rose gold pearls. Whoops. Slippery. Little guys. There we go. That on there. And then same thing on this one with the seed bead. So we're going to put that other seed bead on here and then continue across, making the same, because we have 2 ears and we need to have 2 earrings. So that's always helpful, right? So there's our little head pin there, and our purple one, darker purple, with our rose gold on there, and then one more with our purple. All right, so now all we need to do is make some simple loops. And I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm going to go probably about 2 millimeters up from the seed bead and bend my wire. And I'm going to trim this wire to about 1/4 inch. And then I'm just going to take my round nose pliers and I'm going to grab the very tip top end of that. Okay. Oops. You gotta be careful, sometimes it'll slip off. And then I'm just gonna roll back, and that's gonna give us our little simple loop. Okay, just gonna roll that back until it meets with the other side. Whoops, scooch that down. Sometimes it takes a couple rolls of your wrist, but there you have your little loop. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. Bend horizontally, trim to about 1/4 inch, and roll. So I'm going to make my head pins up here, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so the head pins are all done for our droplets. And we still have our wire here that we cut. I've still got my pearls and my 8/0 seed beads. And I have pulled out some 4mm spacers. I also made one of our earrings up. So I figured that way, if it's laying here, you can kind of follow the pattern better. as I'm going through it because the beads are so tiny and sometimes my fingers get in the way. So this way you can see it a little bit better. So I'm just going to take our wire that we cut and that we bent a little bit, and I'm going to put my middle droplet on, and I'm going to use that darker one as my middle droplet. Let me move this up a hair. I'm afraid my hands will get in the way. And then I'm just going to start stringing on my bead pattern. Now, these pearls are teeny tiny, as I said, so you want to make sure you're using 22 gauge wire, so the wire will go through the pearls. They are just stunning, beautiful pearls, though, aren't they? Ooh. And see how I mean? It's kind of fidgety, especially if you are like me and you have great big fingers or whatever. It feels like I do today. But I'm just putting in our pearls. So I have the 2 pearls there. And then we're going to do a seed bead and a seed bead. And I work back and forth because it feels to me like the earring comes together quicker. Although it's 6 of one, half a dozen other, I guess. But so there's that. And then we're going to put another rose gold pearl on either side. Rose gold pearl. Okay. I'm still blocking that earring, aren't I? Let's move her up here. There we go. Maybe that's better. Okay, and then one more rose gold pearl on the other side. And then we're going to add our other droplets. One on either side. Okay. Then we are going to add purple seed bead, a spacer, and then a purple seed bead on the other side, and a spacer. All right. And this is where we are in the pattern right now, guys. So then I'm going to pick up a rose gold and 3 seed beads, or a pearl and 3 seed beads. Let's just say it that way. It'll be a little easier. Okay. Yeah, just takes a minute sometimes, like I said. And 3 seed beads. And guys, feel free, as I always say, make this your own. You don't have to do this pattern, but it just seemed like this kind of worked out to be a nice balance. Okay, so then on the other side, a pearl and 3 seed beads. So our pearl. Oops, come on. There we go. 3 seed beads. All right, and then we can see here in the pattern more spacer, pearl, and 3 seed beads again. We're going to use a spacer now. Okay, another spacer, pearl, and 3 seed beads. Okay, spacer, pearl, and 3 seed beads. Okay, So now we have 2 sections of that. Then we're going to go on to purl, seed bead, purl, seed bead, purl. Okay? After we add another spacer. Okay? Spacer. And purl, seed bead, purl. Oops. Did we not put our spacer on? Nope, we didn't, guys. Or I shall say, I didn't. I thought I did. So let's put our spacer back on. All right. Let's put our spacer on. So we have our 2 sections. Start this over here, and we're doing purl, seed bead, purl, seed bead, purl. Okay. So then on the other side, we're going to do spacer. Purl. Seed bead. Oops. Purl. Seed bead and purl. So we have that on either side. So now we just have to add a spacer and 3 seed beads on either side. They come together actually fairly quick, considering the beads are so little. Oops, I'm gonna drop that off there. Okay, so then we need spacer and 3 seed beads. All right, I'll seed bead here. And if you hear little scratches, that is my dogs, one or the other or both at times. They have to come in here with me because I like to be able to keep an eye on them. I have an elderly dog, and then I also have a dog that had surgery 2 months ago for an ACL, and she's still, I kind of like keeping an eye on her. So I just went about a 1/4 inch above my last bead there, and I did a horizontal bend, and I'm going to go over to the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing. And we're going to do a horizontal bend, because all we're going to do on these sides, guys, is just do simple loops. Easy peasy. And then we're just going to cut our wire. That was about 1/8 of an inch. Sorry, guys, a couple millimeters from the bead. Basically, I just take my tweezer pliers and I stick it in there and bend it, because then that's like the perfect amount, the tip of this tweezer, to leave a little breathing room. And then I leave about a 1/4 inch on my horizontal wire. And then I'm just going to grab that like we did earlier to make our head pins on the end. And I'm just going to roll that back. And same thing on this side. Roll that back. Okay. And we have 2 loops, and we're just going to take our pliers here, and we're just going to kind of straighten those out, because I want those to be side to side, our loops going this way, because we're going to have to hook our ear wire into them, and that's the best way to do it. Okay, so I just kind of want to make sure that we have a nice bend and everything's kind of copacetic aesthetic, looking good. And then I'm just going to take my ear wire here. Open up your ear wire. You don't need any extra jump rings or anything like that. And then I'm just going to catch the first loop in my ear wire and then put on my second loop onto the ear wire. Just like so. And close the ear wire. So guys, here are our finished earrings. I think they came out super cool with not a lot of work. It gives you a nice statement earring without it being too heavy or too large. I'm pretty tickled with those. Those colors in the box for November were just stunning. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.